once again, we are actually, one would say, we are going, I would say, forward with the football. I would say definitely conversation, definitely with Kaylee, as we are actually definitely talking to Kaylee. One of the, I would say, one would say she's actually a legend now within, I would say, the women's football itself. And as I said to you, actually, and she actually has sort of, one would say, actually expressed that she has been actually playing also for Santos. And my question before the break, Kaylee, was basically to ask at you that as you were playing for Santos at that particular time, can you take us through basically during that time as you were a player, and who were, or what kind of players were you playing alongside?
At the time, Faisal was my coach. When I joined Santos, Faisal, I played under Faisal. The players I played with was Shanaz, Ilam, Roxy. There's a few of them that were very, very good and talented players, humble players. Uh, Football, those years were, it was more enjoyable than what it is now. That is my opinion to it. I, for me, when I prepared myself to play, I'd get up in the morning. I had a schedule. There's a certain time I'll wake up. I'll get myself done, listen to some music to get me hyped up, concentrate. When I leave the door, my mind is on that soccer field already. So when we busy warming up and in the change room, there was always hype. There was always, we had team talks, we had our captain motivate us before we leave the change room. We'd warm up. It was always fun. It was fun at the time.
And it meant that actually you truly enjoyed actually your days. And are there any other, one would say, actually players that you have played alongside, or maybe that you have rubbed shoulders with within that would call, one would say, like, look, now they are actually still playing within, I would say, your Bafana Bafana, or would say, one would say they are still playing within what's one of the teams.
There's a few players, yes, there's a few players that I played against that are very successful, still playing the game. They also they went away with the regional team at the time. There's a few of them that has obviously gotten lost on the wayside.
Yeah.
Also tried to come back into the game, but my experience in those years, it was really just fun, and it was more about enjoyment.
I wanted actually just to get to those names of maybe two or three of those players that you might have made it actually that you've played against with.
Sure. That's a hectic one now at the moment because
Yeah.
I don't like to spoil. I'm very nervous as I'm sitting here in this interview. Um, who is there that I can mention that's in the national side? Uh, I can't really get to
Look,
it now, Lunga, to be honest
I'm
with
sure,
you.
I'm sure. Maybe as we continue talking, the names will come out definitely, no doubt. But one thing that one would be now interested in actually, as you're actually speaking now, we know that you did not only play as a player, but you also went on to actually also take on courses and also ended up becoming an administrator within SAFA. And as we speak today, you are helping a lot of, I would say, teams to register. I would say in all these LFAs actually teams, they meet you, or should I say they meet with you guys and actually register there. But talk to us, how did that move, or should I say, came about? Because many people would have said actually now, already you are actually taking actually football as a lady, and now the administrating side. How did that came about?
I think that South Africa at the time I joined Santos, so they needed help with doing registrations, but it wasn't a permanent post at the time. They only called me in when they really needed my assistance, and that is how I became part of the administration side of football. Then I went on to getting myself into the coaching course. I started with a D license, and then, I, also coached at Two Oceans Academy, uh, that was part of the Castle League, the third division.
You see, that side I did not know about, that side of actually also have been actually coaching on the Sasol League. But talk to us actually about being a coach as well. Like, how has it been for you? I would say coaching the young ladies, taking it on the mere fact that you had an experience of having football as a fun for you during that particular time.
I actually coached men, Lunga, not females, men.
Wow.
Boys in the third division, yes.
You see, the
That
stereotype of
that
me,
was
the stereotype of me, the stereotypes of me, thinking that you are only sort of will be coaching. But I have to correct myself. Thank you for that.
it was challenging. It was challenging. I was assistant coach. I was a fitness coach and a assistant coach at the same time. But at the same time, I had to be a counselor as well. It wasn't just about coaching these young boys. It was it's becoming. I was merely becoming like a mother to the youngsters at the time.
Yes.
Um, there's a lot of things as a coach that we need to look at. It's not just about the player coming to play football. It's about how can we help that player that's talented to move forward in his football career. What is the situation at home? So there was a lot of things that was challenging at the time when I was coaching.
Look, Kelly, I know that we've got just 30 seconds left, but within these 30 seconds, I want just to say, I want you to prepare yourself on the mere fact that I know that you went in Johannesburg also in some of the workshops there, and you might have learned a lot of things that you might also want to share about those, and to give us the highlights of that particular time. But having said that, I want to you at home, please do not touch the dial. Remember, we are still in conversation with Ukeli, the administrator within football of SAFA Cape Town. Yes, we are at Local Football Association TV.